Hey guys, it's Ep38 here and welcome back to episode 38 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode we're obviously going to be finishing off the January transfer window. We're also going to be playing this game against Arsenal as well. We might have a chance to get onto another game after that, which will obviously be in February against Nottingham Forest by the looks of it, just a few days after the Arsenal game. Another league match for us, so two games which will be quite interesting for us to play a little bit later on. First of all though, we're hopefully going to be trying to sign a new backup goalkeeper to bail up Farrell after Silvestri left in the last episode. He was asking to leave. He'd not been playing that much, obviously because we've got a better goalkeeper. So he has left us, and that leaves us with just two goalkeepers now. Obviously, we've got Farrell and Paul Robinson. Before we get any further into today's episode though, if we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It will be absolutely fantastic. Another thing to mention is, if you didn't see yesterday's video, it was kind of like an update / target / announcements type video, then please go ahead and watch that as well. It is probably one of the more important videos that you should watch. If you do regularly watch these videos, then it's certainly something that you should probably look at, because there's a new schedule, there's a few different announcements as well, which may be a little bit unexpected. So I'll hopefully remember to have left a link to that in the description below for you guys to watch if you haven't seen us already. And yeah, we will continue on with the January transfer window now. Basically, we put in a bid for Pickford last episode. That was 2.5 million to try and sign him, despite some of them wanting about 8 million or around about that. So it's going to be obviously very difficult to be able to sign him for 2.5. We've gone with that bid anyway. We'll find out in today's episode exactly whether we can get him. A more realistic one though is David Stockdale. Now I believe in real life he's actually a Leeds fan. I'm sure I've heard that on an interview somewhere. I'm pretty sure he's a Leeds fan. He's kind of around the sort of overall I'm after for a backup goalkeeper, so it kind of makes sense to maybe put in a bid for him. It's someone I was looking at off camera. So I think we'll go with a £1.7 million bid for David Stockdale, and we'll see whether Brighton decide to accept that. I'm pretty happy if that was to be our backup goalkeeper. 72 rated is pretty decent. 32 years old, obviously not particularly young, but it doesn't need to be. He's not going to play loads, but certainly looks a decent goalkeeper, so if we could get him in, then that will be pretty good. Let's continue to sim ahead now, see whether we can get rid of any more players. That's the more pressing issue really in this January transfer window, is to get rid of players, because we have such a large squad of players that a lot of them we don't really use. We've got 6 emails here. How many of them will be offers? None. Not great, but we've got some tournament prize money there. 90 grand. Canada want me. We've offered Ward a contract. Who's in our youth academy. He's got like an 81 to 87 potential. So decided to offer him a contract. Send out attacking mid. Small left-footed player. Looks pretty decent, so offer him a contract. Brighton have accepted the £1.7 million bid for Stockdale, so he could well be coming in 25 grand a week. I'd want him on at least a 2-year deal though. I think a squad rotational player would be fair. As I'm believing Brighton are still in the Championship, so it's certainly a step up. He's got to expect a slightly lesser role in the squad. Sunderland obviously rejected. The player's too valuable. We can't go any further. 2.5 million. We don't have any more money really. And suggestion from Fabian Delph: am I thinking of playing Wright instead of him? No, I'm not. No, that's a team from the last game. So, no, I'm not planning on playing Wright. He's certainly going to be Delph in there. It's going to be our stronger team for this game against Arsenal. Let's decide on the team now and then crack on with it. Okay, this is the team I've gone with. Bearing in mind, we're also playing Legendary now as well, as of last episode. Kind of monitoring that sort of situation at the moment as well a little bit. A couple of people, I think there's 1 or 2 people in the last episode said they weren't too happy with being Legendary. The games are less interesting. That's completely understandable. Still working on that. We'll wait and see whether things do improve for this episode. This is the team I've gone with, again going to our new philosophy if you want to call it that. 4-3-3 formation now. Bailey at Farrell starting in goal, Eiling at right back, Denea, Janssen and Taylor as my defenders. In front of that, Bridcut, Delph and Cook in midfield. Pretty strong midfield is that one. Roof on the left hand side, Barrow on the right, with Berahino starting up front. That's the bench we've gone with. Very strong bench. Looking good there, so plenty of attacking options. A lot of players that are available to actually come on and play if we need them. So let's crack on with the game. Hopefully get ourselves a win. More realistically though, we are on Legendary. We are on a more difficulty at the moment, so that's going to obviously mean that the points we get are going to be less than what we've seen at the start of the season. I'm certainly not expecting to beat them. I would happily take a point, to be honest, here in an away game. But let's find out how we do. Hopefully we can get ourselves a fairly positive result against Arsenal. Here we go, at the Emirates for this match. Obviously a very tough team, Arsenal. We'll see what sort of side they put out for this game, because a lot of the big teams that we've come up against this season have just put out really, really weak teams. So hopefully that's not going to be the case in today's game against Arsenal. I want a challenge. I want them to put out a really strong team, give us a genuine go, and make it really difficult for us. We'll wait and see how that goes. Delph onto Barrow. Great start for us here. Barrow, nearly put it in the top corner. 5 minutes in on Legendary. Nearly got ourselves a goal against Arsenal already. good start, very quick start. They've not been able to handle it. It's not the strongest Arsenal team. Again, for some reason, they've put out a slightly weaker team. Got to bear in mind that they've got Oblak in goal. I'm pretty sure he's an 88 or 89 rated goalkeeper this season. So yeah, he's a very high rated goalkeeper. That's going to be difficult to get past. But a good start from us anyway. Oh, one back by Delph, off Eleni. On to Delph again. Oh, the shot was rubbish. You could tell as soon as it left his boot. It's a poor strike in the end. Berahino on to Lewis Cook. Great chance for Cook. Oh, saved it quite easily there by Oblak. Couldn't quite get it enough in the corner to prevent the goalkeeper from saving it. But he does just about get a toe to it. Creates us a chance anyway there and gives us a corner as well. It's going to be Barrow to look to try and cross it in into the back post. Jansen's up there. Causing some issues, but I think that's offside. Berahino looking for Barrow. It's a great run from him. Fantastic pass. Going to look to cut it inside. So close to that one. Even though it's 0-0, it's certainly not been a boring game. If you had to pick a team to be in the lead at this stage, it'd certainly be us. We've created better chances. Arsenal struggled to build many plays, to be honest, from their midfield and defence. They've not looked great, but we've certainly been the better team, just lacking one or two more chances to try and create a goal. Berahino shoots and scores just before half-time. Fantastic goal there from Berahino. Finesses it into the back of the net. Lewis, I think it was there with the assist, and just has to finesse it around the goalkeeper into the corner. Fantastic strike around the defender as well, and there was no stopping that one really. 1-0 up, certainly deserved, and we have had the better chances. That's 6 goals for him this season, and yeah, we're hopefully going to try and increase that now he's back from injury. But fantastic start to the first half, or end to the first half I should say, and we will move on to the second half now. Not make any changes. Let's just see whether we can continue this run. Arsenal again not looking threatening whatsoever. Not created any chances, very unusual for them. But with 30 minutes left, you'd certainly expect them to create one more decent opportunity. Just need to make sure we defend that one properly. We're going to make all 3 changes now at once. I think what we're going to do is bring on Aarons, Wood and Vieira. We'll take off Roof, Cook and Berahino. Take off some of our stronger players, try and rest them. We've got Nottingham Forest in a few days' time, so rest them for that. Give the other players 30 minutes here to try and see what they can do. We're obviously not winning comfortably, I understand that, but I think the extra height up front with Chris Wood should benefit us. Good chance, Cazorla. Oh, what an interception from Vieira, the substitute. Prevents the shot from, I think, Theo Walcott. That would have been pretty much a goal, I think, there. You can say almost certainly would have been a very good chance for them anyway, and would have caused our goalkeeper some issues. We've gone to the other end. Going to look for that ball through to Chris Wood. Fantastic run. Oh, Aarons. Brilliant little pass through to Chris Wood, but he couldn't get on the end of the save shot from the goalkeeper. And now it's end-to-end stuff with about 15 minutes left. Walcott going to try and hit us on the break. Vieira and Eiling this time there to prevent it. Game's getting very stretched now. We've got a chance to hit them on the break. We haven't quite taken it, but Chris Wood's going to give us some more height, hopefully, now in the final few minutes. He's won it back for us here as well. Delph can't get past Cazorla. I don't know what Delph was doing there. His legs just completely disintegrated. Arsenal still trying to go through us, and it hasn't worked for them. That is it. We've won the game 1-0. 3 points in the bag. Really happy with that. Certainly was not expecting it. You can see they've not had a shot on target, and they really just haven't created much, Arsenal. Very unlike their usual selves, the selves that we kind of usually expect them to play like. But yeah, very good performance from us. Certainly kept him away from our goal for most of it. Obviously, towards the end of the game, you have Koscielny going up front, which is going to make things more difficult. We coped, we got the 3 points, and we're still top of the league. Now into transfer deadline day, we've got some emails to look at here. Stockdale accepting our contract. He signs for 1.7 million. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. Obviously, usually I would kind of ask your opinion and that sort of thing, but with it being transfer deadline day, we kind of have to get this deal done. And now he goes onto the bench for us, or into the reserves whenever we choose to use him. We're very happy with that. 72 overall, looks pretty decent, and yeah, I think he's going to be a really good little backup there to Bailey Peacock Farrell in case he does get injured, obviously, further into the season. But yeah, pretty happy with that backup. Roughly the same overall as Silvestri as well. Patiently waiting for some transfer offers. 6 hours left. I don't think we're going to get any. Why does no one want to buy any of our players? We've got loads that I'd happily sell or loan out or something, but just no one wants to buy them. Usually it's when you don't want to sell anyone and they start putting in bids for them. 3 hours to go. Could this be our first bid in ages? It is, but it's a loan, I think. Yeah, it is. It's a CDM. 49 overall. Yeah, we'll loan him out. We'll probably sell him if you want to put in a bid. Could this be another transfer offer with 2 hours to go? I mean, there's no point, no. Okay, no. Okay, the aim was to try and reduce our squad in the January transfer window, and I think we've kept it exactly the same, pretty much. Obviously, sold the goalkeeper, brought one in, centre player out alone. That's about it, really. We've not done too much business other than that. Transfer deadline day has ended. Obviously, you can see the amount of money spent there. Youth squad monthly report. I wouldn't usually spend too much time going through this, and to be honest, I won't really. I'll just kind of go through a couple of players. There's obviously Billy Brown here that looks really, really good. Can't quite promote him just yet. Just going to see whether there's anybody else to get rid of. It doesn't seem like everyone else is about the right sort of overall. No one else really to promote just yet. Let's crack on to the next game against Nottingham Forest. Before we get on to this Nottingham Forest game, though, we do have the player of the month for January to sort out now. So I'm going to go through the squad report as I usually do and tell you who is going to be my January player of the month. Again, there wasn't really one that particularly stood out, so I'm going to go for almost like the most consistent so far this season, and it's going to be Pontus Jansson, who gets my player of the month. He has been consistently really, really good for us throughout the season so far. 18 games, 11 clean sheets in the league so far, so really, really good. And he is my January player of the month. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that. I think it was quite an easy decision in the end, because he has been the most consistent, to be honest, throughout the whole season. He's not really had any bad patches. So yeah, he is going to be my player of the month for last month. And we will wait and see whether he continues to play as well as he has done. Now let's focus on the team for this game against Nottingham Forest. A couple of players obviously won't be able to play. In fact, most of those players won't be able to play. It will be a slightly changed team. Okay, this is the team I've gone with for the game against Nottingham Forest in the league. Bailey Pickett-Farrell again starts in goal. Morani is my right back. Arvidsson and Anderson as my two centre backs. Angelino comes in as my left back. Got O'Kane, Vieira and Cook as my three midfielders. Roof on the left hand side again. Got Armstrong up front with Aarons on the right hand side this time. Going to give him a go there, try and get him cutting inside on his left foot a little bit. Not got great finishing, but we're going to give it a go anyway, see how he gets on with a slight change in position. This is the bench I've gone with. Again, it was tempting to play Snodgrass and Sacco, but I decided not to. They're going to stay on the bench. Hopefully get to play either of the two, maybe even both of them in this game though. Dakar and Chris Wood again getting on the bench. And yeah, let's crack on with the game. Hopefully try and continue our decent run at the moment and see if we can get ourselves another 3 points. Another sort of game, though, where you can kind of slip up, to be honest, with us having to change so many different players. But we're at home. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so this is the league table. 5 points in front of Tottenham at the moment, so we're opening up a decent gap. Not too sure on Nottingham Forest are, to be honest. It's obvious they are in the bottom half of the league. But still, that's not going to put us off too much. We will find this game, I think, quite tough. Especially, like I said before, with the rotated side. So we'll wait and see how we get on. Hopefully, though, despite it being a rotated team, we can still get ourselves a decent performance and result. Armstrong going in the channels. Needs some more support here. Now he's going to play it inside to Roof. He's going to turn his defender, but what a fantastic tackle that was. Prevented him running into the box and allows them to get up the pitch a little bit here with the Sombalonga. And he's just going to play that one back in the end. Okay, and looks for Armstrong. Finds him as well. Going to fake shot. Try and look inside, but it's a good interception from the defender. At the moment, I think Nottingham Forest are just pretty happy to defend, absorb any pressure, try and hit us on the break, although I've not really been trying that hard, to be honest. Good chance for them here, though. They certainly have absorbed the pressure, and now we're going to counter-attack. Will they get a cross in? Tried to, but it's gone out for a corner. 20 minutes in. We've certainly been the better team. We've tried to attack more than they have so far. This is their first attack. We need to just try and clear it away. We've got Sombalonga there to try and hold it up. Again, just not really looking particularly threatening at the moment, which is a shame for us because we do want a bit of a challenge. Nearly causing our own issues there, though. Ooh, good chance for Nottingham Forest. The first shot of the game for them. 10 minutes left of this first half. That's probably their best chance by far. Not threatened us still, though, other than that one chance. We've not had too many chances ourselves. Struggling to break them down a little bit. They're just happy to stay pretty compact and prevent any sort of chance creation at the moment, which is a bit of a shame, because obviously we were after a goal in this first half. We can get one. Armstrong now able to hit on the counter-attack for the first time in this game. Armstrong going to look for the cross. It finds Roof accidentally. Roof, gets blocked. It was supposed to be into Lewis Cook initially, that cross, but Roof, it found in the end. He couldn't sadly manage to do too much with it. Gets us a corner, though, and we will play this from short, as we have done a lot of the time. Vieira going to look to try and build something up here. Roof, so close. Keep it going. No, it's not going to happen, I don't think. Arvidsson's turn, and he's just passed it straight to them. Half time, 0-0. I think we might need to look at the team a couple of minutes into this second half. We will keep things the same to begin with, though, just to see how we get on, but I think we will need to make some changes pretty swiftly if things do remain the same. Roof. Into Armstrong. Vieira. Oh, needed that extra pass. Couldn't quite find it to Aaron's. So close to a chance there. Our best opening, really, of this second half, certainly. Still going here, though. Lewis Cook going to look for Aaron's again, struggling to get involved in this game so far, Aaron's. I'm pretty sure the changes will come in the next couple of minutes. Aaron's looks for Lewis Cook. He might be the player coming off in a second. Vieira into Roof. Oh, that's dreadful. That is dreadful. If you're a striker, you've got to get that on target at least, if not score it. And it has bounced slightly awkwardly, I think, but that's poor in the end. Let's make the changes. Lacking a little bit of quality in this game. It's going to be all three changes. I think we do have to do something quite drastic. Dekara, Sacco and Bridcut all coming on. Lewis Cook, Roof and Aaron's all coming off. Obviously, Cook and Roof have both played 2 games back-to-back in quite quick succession, so it makes sense for them to come off. Aaron's has also struggled to get into this game a little bit, so we will take him off now. And Armstrong onto Sacco. Sacco still going. Back to Armstrong. Oh, fluffs the shot. Gets blocked just as he was about to pull the trigger. So close to a goal there, but doesn't quite happen again. Sacco maybe could have gone himself, but in the end decided to go across the box and try and create something. 15 minutes ago, again, Nottingham Forest have not been a threat to us whatsoever in this game, but we'll wait and see, obviously, how they continue to get on with the last 15 minutes of this game left. Going to start pushing a lot of players forward now, even if that means we're going to get hit on the break like this. Going to still have to push some players forward to try and get the 3 points, and that's it. I think the side netting, in fact, it was a save in the end from Bailey Peacock-Farrell. 7 minutes to go. Maybe a final chance for Nottingham Forest. Going to try and clear it, and it's actually connected with it very well. Just couldn't really get enough behind it to trouble the goalkeeper too much. Bridcut. Still going here. Bridcut looking for Vieira. He's going to cut back in on his right foot. Oh, that's dreadful. That is dreadful. Oh my days. I don't think he could have done that again if he tried. That's it, 0-0. It finishes. Stalemate completely there. Sadly, couldn't find ourselves a goal. That's what happens. It's legendary. It's a shame they've had more shots on target than us. I mean, if you told me that stat before, I would not have believed you whatsoever. We completely dominated, and the stats, I'm sure, on this game are completely false, because it really feels like we dominate teams so much more than what they suggest. But if that's what they say, then we'll obviously have to go by it. But let me know your thoughts about the difficulty and everything like that in the comments below. The thing is now, we are getting more realistic results that will mean that we drop a few points here and there. But the games become a little bit less interesting, and it's a shame that EA have designed a game that does that, because that's just what it is. It seems like the opposition are actually creating less chances now that we're on Legendary. But yeah, very bizarre. Again, let me know your thoughts, what you'd like me to do. Maybe I have a vote at some point, exactly what's going to happen, because I don't want to be changing difficulties throughout the whole season. So yeah, interesting stuff. Which is disappointing that it's not as competitive as it should be. I want it to be more competitive. I want us to concede goals. I want us to score loads of goals. But at the moment, neither of that's happening. So we've got a player suspended anyway. Armstrong's got too many yellow cards. Don't remember him picking up that many, but he did pick up one in the last game, which obviously led to that suspension. We're now 6 points in front of Spurs. They could close that gap to 3, though, if they win in their next game. Got some play drills to do here. Vieira's going to take up 3 of those slots. The other 2 taken up by, I think, was Lewis Cook was one of them, and Arvidsson the other. Speaking of Arvidsson, he goes up on 3 attributes this week, and Vieira gets a little bit closer to 75 overall. So, pretty decent week for us. No overall growths, but actually on the individual attributes we have done pretty well. So that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all very much for watching. If we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It will be absolutely fantastic. Sadly, after yesterday's video where I announced I might not necessarily be continuing past sort of September time, I think we lost about sort of 15 or 16 subs after that within the first hour of that video going out. So if you could help out by subscribing to the channel, I would really appreciate that to try and regain those lost subs. Don't know why people unsubscribed. I still said I was going to be around for the next 8 or 9 months at least. It's not even 100% confirmed that I am definitely going yet. But like I said before, don't forget to watch that video and it's all explained in there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time and goodbye.